A Cisco Small Business Router is a device that connects your business network to the internet and provides various features and benefits to enhance your productivity, security, and performance. Cisco Small Business Routers come in different models and series, depending on your needs and budget. For example, you can choose from the RV series, which offer enterprise performance at an entry-level price, the 900 series, which combine WAN, switching, security, and advanced connectivity options in a compact platform, or the Meraki series, which are cloud-managed routers with built-in security and controls. A router is like the gateway of your network, so it is important to keep it updated and secure. Cisco regularly releases patches and updates for its routers to fix bugs, improve performance, and address security vulnerabilities. By patching your router, you can protect your network from hackers, malware, phishing, and other threats that could compromise your data, devices, and reputation. Patching your router also helps you avoid compatibility issues with other devices and applications on your network, and ensures that you get the best performance and features from your router. To patch your Cisco Small Business Router, you need to download the latest firmware from the Cisco website or use the Cisco Find IT Network Management tool to discover, monitor, and manage your router from one location. You can also use the web dashboard or mobile app of your router to check for updates and apply them easily. Patching your router is a simple but essential step to keep your network running smoothly and securely. In this section, I will show you how to check the firmware version and the latest available update for your Cisco Small Business Router. This is important because outdated firmware can expose your router to security vulnerabilities and performance issues. To check the firmware version, you need to log into the router's web interface using a browser. The default IP address is 192.168.1.1, but you can change it if you want. Enter the username and password that you set up during the initial configuration. If you haven't changed them, the default username is Cisco and the default password is Cisco. Once you are logged in, go to the Status tab and click on Device Info. Here you will see the current firmware version of your router. You can also see other information such as the model number, serial number, MAC address, and uptime. To check the latest available update for your router model, you need to visit the Cisco website and go to the Support section. Select routers from the product category and then choose your router model from the list. You will see a page with all the downloads and documentation for your router. Click on Firmware to see the latest version and release notes. You can also compare it with the current version on your router to see what changes and improvements have been made. If you want to update your firmware, you need to download the file from the Cisco website and save it on your computer. Then go back to the router's web interface and click on Administration. Under Firmware Upgrade, click on Choose File and select the file that you downloaded. Then click on Upgrade Firmware and wait for the process to complete. Do not turn off or disconnect your router during this time. After the upgrade is done, your router will reboot automatically and apply the new firmware. That's how you check the firmware version and the latest available update for your Cisco Small Business Router. By keeping your firmware up to date, you can ensure that your router is secure and reliable. In this section, I will demonstrate how to download and install the patch for your Cisco Small Business Router using the web interface or the command line. This patch will fix 4 high-severity vulnerabilities that could allow remote attackers to execute arbitrary code with root privileges on your device. These vulnerabilities are tracked as CVE 2023-20159, CVE 2023-20160, CVE 2023-20161, and CVE 2023-20189. There are no workarounds for these vulnerabilities, so you need to patch your router as soon as possible. To download the patch, you need to visit the Cisco website and find the firmware upgrade file for your router model. The list of affected devices includes the 250 series smart switches, 350 series managed switches, and 350X series and 550X stackable managed switches. You can use the links below to download the latest firmware version for your device, 250 series smart switches, download latest, 350 series managed switches, download latest, 350X series stackable managed switches, download latest, 550X series stackable managed switches, download latest. Note that some older models, such as the 200 series, 300 series, and 500 series smart switches, are also vulnerable but have reached end of life and will not receive any patches from Cisco. If you are using these models, you should consider migrating to a newer model. Once you have downloaded the firmware upgrade file, you can install it on your router using either the web interface or the command line. I will show you both methods in this video. To install the patch using the web interface, follow these steps. Step 1. Log into the router configuration utility and choose System Management Firmware Upgrade. The firmware upgrade page opens. Step 2. Click the Choose File button to choose the firmware version that you downloaded from the Cisco website. Step 3. Once the file has been opened and appears next to the Choose File button, click Upgrade. Click OK in the confirmation window. The firmware upgrade process will begin. Step 4. Wait for the firmware upgrade to complete. Do not disconnect the power or unplug the device from your computer during this process. Once the firmware is complete, the device will reboot and log you out. To install the patch using the command line, follow these steps. Step 1. Connect to your router using a terminal emulator such as PuTTY or Secure CRT. Step 2. Log in with your username and password. Step 3. Enter enable mode by typing enable and entering your enable password. Step 4. Enter global configuration mode by typing configure terminal. Step 5. Enter copy TFTP flash command to copy the firmware file from a TFTP server to your router's flash memory. You will need to specify the IP address of the TFTP server and the filename of the firmware file. Step 6. Wait for the file transfer to complete. Do not interrupt the process or power off your router during this process. Step 7. Enter reload command to reboot your router and apply the new firmware. That's it. You have successfully patched your Cisco Small Business Router using either the web interface or the command line. You can verify that your router is running the latest firmware version by checking the system summary page on the web interface or by entering show version command on the command line. I hope you found this video helpful and informative. Please like, share, and subscribe for more videos on how to secure your network devices. Thank you for watching.